This video was inspired by Nikki, a Patreon. I love you, Nick. Thank you for inspiring this YouTube video about the hypocrisy of Teddi Mellencamp interviewing Jackie Goldschneider about her eating disorder when she has the all-in diet and is like allegedly causing eating disorders. Nikki was outraged at this as well. I think if Emily Gillis heard that this happened, so would she. I'm going to have to show her this video, Emily. I'm going to send it to her. Anyway, like, subscribe, and hit the notification. As usual, you do not know what to expect on this channel, and you don't want to miss anything. I'm going to be playing you sound bites from the Jackie interview that Teddi did this week. And we're going to talk a little bit about the diet. There's been many deep dives on this topic, and some of which will be put in the Patreon. I wanted to do a little brief for you guys out here in case you weren't aware of the controversial diet program that Teddi Mellencamp owns called All In. And you'll see her sending subliminal messages in our interview with Jackie about it. Okay, I'll get into that in a minute. So anyway, now I'm going to get going. Let's get started. So now you know why I have a chicken crown, because, well, I think it's pretty self-explanatory if you get my humor. All right, let's get into what she says to Jackie, because this is like incredible. And then I'm going to tell you a little more about her diet, that all in, or whatever the hell it's called. Hold on.
Or how I would eat, and or how I would split meals, or how I would move food around a plate and like get away with it. You know, fortunately, in the Real Housewives world, you sit down to a meal, you just have to avoid your food for about 4 minutes until there's a big screaming fight and everyone runs away from the table, right?
Right.
So I didn't really
it's
have
not
to
the
worry
most
about
conducive place for eating. Plus, it's not very pretty to eat on camera.
And yeah, like half the cast doesn't eat on camera anyway, or someone's on a stupid diet. Like, so I could get away with it. But, you know, last year was really, really hard for me. Whether or not I cried too much, like, besides the point, my family was reeling from that. My husband was freaking out that they were using his name to drive a storyline. He's really like the greatest guy you ever want to meet. Off camera,
he seems like
sweet, hardworking, like coach of the year, you know? And like his name was just dragged the entire season for a storyline. And I had a tremendous amount of guilt over that. My husband was constantly upset about it, you know? So it was really bad. My daughter thought we were going to get divorced. It was terrible. And then after the season aired and we came to a resolution, then when the season was on the air, it was like all hell broke loose again. And then she was like implying she was bringing evidence to reunion. He's like, what is she going to do with me at reunion? And like the whole for 8 months, I don't think I had no appetite. Sick to my stomach. I was really upset. And I started the next season. I was going into the next season like emaciated, really emaciated.
Did you ever think about not going back, or did Evan think like?
No, we had worked it out. You know, reunion was, yes. If reunion didn't go well and she was coming after me again, I might have walked away, because I was going to do whatever Evan needed me to do at that point. Because, like, listen, this show is a compliment to my life. It's not my whole life. So if my husband hated it, I'm not going to do it anymore, you know. But at reunion, Teresa was really apologetic. You know, they hugged. He felt good about it. And he gets along great with Louis. So I was like, why not? And he was like, yeah, go for it.
Him and Louis get along.
But when I came into the last season, I was emaciated. You could see it in all the beginning scenes. And I said, you know what? Here's my opportunity that if I'm ever going to stop doing this to myself, if I do it on camera, then I know I'm not going to let
a lot of
all
people
these
do
people
this
watching
on the show.
me see me fail. I'm not going to show them like, you can have an eating disorder and try to stop, but in the end it's too hard, so don't bother. You know, I wouldn't do that. So the minute I decided to come clean about it, doing it in front of everybody was so therapeutic for me.
I mean, it's huge. I mean, the accountability to yourself, but also to others, is huge.
Yeah.
And
the accountability to others was really what got me over the hardest part of it.
Yeah. Was it hard to watch back?
No, it wasn't that bad. It was, you know, certain times I felt like, oh God, are people going to understand?
Okay, so I have to stop. Do you hear Teddi chime in with the accountability thing? That's because her whole program, her diet program, is about accountability. So the idea is as you eat very little calories and as you work out very hard, you have to report into this coach you're paying money to Teddi for that says, like, have you done what you're doing? Are you staying in your diet? Are you doing your workout as you promised? And if you don't, they like take your money and kick you out of the program. And so the idea is you've got to be accountable. So like I'm listening to Teddi, like, you know, subliminally, like trying to tout her all-in-one diet program. Like, but you know, we're not dumb. Like we know what's up. Anyway, let's listen. This is just the irony of this interview is just mind blowing. Teddi will let you eat 1 egg a day, I think. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The egg was to make sure you were still awake. Okay. Hold on.
Understand, like, you know, the ice cream scene, I didn't know if people would really understand how hard it can be to eat ice cream. I thought people were going to think it was like maybe me, like just being like over the top or like me making, you know, it's hard to understand an eating disorder unless you've had one. And people really, really loved it and supported it and could see themselves in that scene, you know, and it gave people a lot of hope. And so you know, I get nervous for the scenes, but nothing has been, you know, a disappointment for me so far.
And I think also because it's not a forced storyline. It's really happening.
Real, yeah.
And you
it was happening in real time, yeah.
Did any of the girls doubt you, or who was most supportive?
I didn't share it with anybody but Margaret while I was going through it, because I didn't really love to talk about it too much, and I felt like there's a lot of judgment around eating disorders if you don't understand them.
Well, that was smart of Jackie, because I've seen on Beverly Hills women try to use eating disorders as weaponize them. I believe it or not. Yeah. She's too fat. She's too thin. Why are you commenting on her weight? Why are you commenting on how much she's eating? Like, women use it as a tactic for storyline to attack each other. Jackie was smart not to do it. That's why Tamra and Teddi are bringing it up, because they know from their own shows that is a tactic that is used by cast members to hurt each other. Yeah, really petty shit, right? Awful stuff.
Like,
it's a trigger.
There's lots of triggers. You know, if people would tell me, oh, you look so healthy now. Like, to me, I hear that differently, you know? So I didn't want to throw myself off, so I didn't really talk about it with too many people. And now that I'm like well into recovery, I'm happy to talk about it with everyone and anyone.
That's good.
Oh, that's so good. No, I think it helps so many people, and your vulnerability and just even seeing your kids and how excited it made them. I mean, I think that was so like aspirational, all of those things. I thought it was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
And I loved your Instagram. I think it was your Instagram story where you're putting on your jeans and you're like,
oh God, yeah.
I
still haven't thrown them out. I have them here, but like they're useless. But I didn't let myself get upset about it. It is what it is.
Another big topic of the reunion.
Someone tell her I haven't been able to fit
agreements.
in jeans in years.
So while we're on the topic,
my ass is way too big for jeans. Just saying, huge. But I don't mind. I'm Italian. What are you gonna do? You know, there's a lot here. There's a lot there. One juicy thing that came out of this interview is Tamra Judge doesn't have a prenup with her husband, and Teddi Mellencamp does have a prenup with hers. And the reason she has a prenup with hers is because he had a lot of money and she didn't, but that if her dad dies, she'll inherit a lot of money, and therefore wanted a prenup to protect that future money. If it, when John Mellencamp passes away, and I guess wills it to her and the other kids in the family. Definitely Jackie has a prenup, and I would expect no less. Jackie's an heiress, so it makes a lot of sense. She's loaded, although I'm sure her husband does quite well for himself in the investment banking world, although you never know. Investment banking can be shady. Let's see what else we can get out of this one. That was a little tidbit I didn't expect. Do you guys think it's funny that Teddi Mellencamp didn't mention to Jackie that she has a diet company now? Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Do you guys know about the diet company? I'll tell you just a little bit about it. Okay, so there's been a few deep dives on this. I won't go too into it, but in case you guys don't know, the current pricing for All In by Teddi Mellencamp is our 2-week Jumpstart program is $599. Once you complete Jumpstart, you will continue our monthly program at $439 for 4 weeks. This has the same level of accountability, communication, and commitment to cardio, but with a slightly updated menu. While everybody is different, most stay on this program for 1 to 2 months. Once you've mastered the lifestyle and are well on your way to achieving your goal, we offer a weight and workout plan. Additionally, we have our graduate maintenance plan once you've reached your goal. Under both plans, you will send in your proof of weight and cardio each day. The weight and workout plan is designed to give you more flexibility while still receiving inspirational guidance and assistance from your coach. So then it says, additionally, we have our graduate maintenance plan once you reach your goal. Under both plans, you will send in your proof of weight and cardio each day. The weight and workout plan is designed to give you more flexibility while still receiving inspirational guidance and assistance from your coach. Maintenance is for graduates who have achieved their goals and embody this new lifestyle fully, but want the extra touch of accountability. Yeah. So basically, you're paying like $600 to send in a picture of yourself and like what you're eating based on a suggested diet plan. And someone just is like, go team, or you skipped your picture and now we're firing you. Like, you guys, honestly, I'll do this for $5 for you. Sign up for the Patreon and just email me in there and I'll do it for you, part of that. Okay, we'll just throw it in. It doesn't take a brain scientist to say if you lower your calorie count to a super low number that's high in protein and you work out every single day, it doesn't take a scientist to figure out that you're going to lose weight, you know? And I guess Teddi's whole thing is like, she's making you feel like a loser if you don't do it. I really think that's what it comes down to. I'm oversimplifying it. She calls it inspiration, but it's not what people have been saying about it. Let me see if I can find some of that and throw it in here. Okay, so Emily Gellis was the one who did the deep dive. She's friends with Dumois, I heard, by the way. Emily, I'm dying to know who Dumois is. You know I love her. Okay, so anyway, Emily did the deep dive on Teddi Mellencamp's diet, All In, and she did this whole thing. I'm gonna send you some of the complaints people had about the diet. I'll put it in. Okay, so let me read you some stuff. Okay, basically, one person who did All In wrote to Emily and said, "This is so true. I did this program not too long ago and quit on day 4 because I realized how unhealthy it was." She's talking about Teddi's All In. I wanted to quit day 3, but didn't want my family to think I was quitting because it was hard. After I explained what the program entails, basically starving yourself and doing 1 hour of cardio a day, not realistic for working moms, I had the full support of my family to quit. I knew things were bad when I got so lightheaded after my cardio one night, but couldn't eat anything because it was after supper. They also encourage us to drink laxative tea because of the diet. I didn't have to pay for the program. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have quit so quickly because $600 is a lot of money to spend for 2 weeks. My coaches weren't that great. Took them hours to respond after I sent in a picture of my food. They never asked how I was doing. It was ridiculous and makes me sad that women think it's okay to treat their bodies like garbage. Another one, please don't show my name. This is, she writes to Gillis. Everything you are posting is true. I've done the program 2 times. The calorie count isn't much over 500, and you have to keep increasing your cardio to inch the weight off daily. I have every text from the program. It's not a lifestyle, it's a starvation diet. Of course, people will lose weight on this program, and she can post how successful it is. They tell you if you aren't having a bowel movement to drink the smooth move tea, and then you are up all night going to the bathroom, but still expected expected to do your cardio the next day. Some days I was running close to 10 miles while eating 500 calories and was told I could have a couple more pieces of broccoli. Some days I was running close to 10 miles while eating 500 calories and was told I could have a couple more pieces of broccoli. Some coaches have quit, and I'm wondering now if it's because of this. I could go on and on and on, but what you have been exposing is true. Anyway, here's some other posts Emily shared that I thought was compelling. Oh, by the way, Teddi used to make you sign this really crazy release that was
literally cannot believe that something like this is legal, but after just learning about this All In by Teddi diet program, let's discuss. For those of you that don't know, Teddi is a Real Housewife of Beverly Hills. She has 0 nutrition degrees or credentials and has been giving out this highly restrictive diet for guaranteed to come from a program like this is social isolations, mental health disturbances, poor relationship with food, body dysmorphia, disordered eating, hypothalamic amenorrhea or loss of your period, loss of hair, so on and so forth. Please don't take your diet advice from a real some time now. Diet is a one-size-fits-all program with about 600 to 700 calories per day, being generous with a requirement of an hour of cardio. You have to send in your pictures every single day of the scale, and if the scale goes up, you owe more.
Okay, here's an example of the menu you could eat. 600 calories. Here's some text messages of them coaching people. By the way, carrots are not starch. Just saying. All right, so you get the drift. So the irony of Teddi Mellencamp, who is really promoting very aggressive, dieting, which, as you could see from the videos, the allegations that it's causing eating disorders by the tactics that they're enforcing, is really crazy that she did this interview with Jackie straight after her big storyline is an eating disorder. And, I'm with Nikki on this one. I had to call it out. It's absolutely nuts. What do you guys think? I don't think Jackie even knew that if whoever's Jackie's publicist should never have arranged that interview with Teddi. It's crazy. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I'll leave it there for YouTube. If you like my videos, guys, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification button so I can keep doing this. Thank you so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Leave me comments. Let's get into it. I'm not even talking about Teddi's husband company yet. I know all about that too, so don't worry.